Okay, happy Friday. Thank goodness. This has been such a long week. You notice I haven't done any car chronicles all week. It's been that crazy. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's a good thing, but still, it's like I got other things I want to do and I can't do it because I'm like busy busy with, what I do and just had a lot going on. So here I am. My skin cleared up, thankfully. However, now I got like, it's hot as hell here. So I got like my eczema started breaking out. I'm just like, it's one thing or another. Get my skin clear, I'm not bloated anymore. And it's like now the fucking eczema breaks out. And usually it's from stress, but I'm not stressed. So I'm like, it must be the heat. And anyways, so I am here. Feels good to be back. And I wanted to jump right into it. Just, cut straight to it. So I heard that R. Kelly is back in the news yet again, dealing with, well, this time they're calling it a sex slave allegations is what it is now, which is, I don't think I've ever heard them say that about him before. I know that they've said that, he was abusing young ladies, that he was having sex with young girls, and that, he was targeting them, and, all those rumors about Aaliyah back in the day. So, I mean, we know about that. We know about the pornographic court case that he went through where he had like 14 counts of pornography, child pornography, which is that's a federal case. Like, you're a felon. Like, that's automatically going to make you a felon. Child pornography. But anyways, I know all those charges were dropped a long time ago, but now his name is resurfaced. Apparently there's this young lady, Jocelyn. Her last name is Savage. Jocelyn Savage, who used to be a resident of Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. I lived there off and on for many years. But I guess she actually ended up, her family, her parents, and her sister ended up moving to Atlanta. I think it said when Jocelyn was in junior high school, apparently Jocelyn and her sister, which I don't remember hearing her sister's name, but her and her sister, I guess, wanted to be entertainers. I don't know if that dancing, singing, I don't know. But their parents wanted them to be successful. So they moved them from Memphis to Atlanta to be able to pursue those goals. And that was when, like I said, when Jocelyn was in junior high school. Well, let's fast forward. Jocelyn was 19. And her parents' names, by the way, I wrote it down because the mother's name is very unique, which I kind of like. The father's name is Tim. The mother's name is Jonjelyn, Jonjelyn, Savage. And so the parents, like I said, moved her and her sister to Atlanta to pursue their music careers or entertainment careers. And I guess Jocelyn went to a concert of R. Kelly's, one of R. Kelly's concerts there in Atlanta. And R. Kelly's nephew supposedly had a piece of paper with Robert Kelly's phone number, Robert Sylvester Kelly's phone number on it, gave it to the young lady, Jocelyn, and then she went backstage, and I guess from there it just kind of went on. Now, at the time, like I said, she was 19. So technically she was legal. That's what they're saying. However, that's not the issue in this case. It's not like the previous cases where he was, carrying on or having sex with, or, just having these situations with an underage child. They're saying this young lady was an adult. She was 19. However, they're saying that she's involved in an R. Kelly sex cult. Which I'm like, side eye, head tilted, squinted, sex cult? R. Kelly though? Like, I did a chronicle not too long ago about a sex cult, so I know it exists, but that's not what this is. This is R. Kelly's sex cult. Now, I know that R. Kelly has a thing for the young girls. There's obviously, once again, I'm going to go back to it. I know I brought this up several times about in different chronicles, but I think R. Kelly also has some type of mental illness, because no grown ass man, I mean, obviously he's a pedophilia. I mean, he's a pedophile. So obviously he participates in pedophilia. So we know that. But what I'm saying is that even beyond that, he has a sickness. Like a lot of them, the pedophiles, they have a sickness. It's something they can't control. And so, it's like going back into what I was talking about before, having a mental illness or having a substance or alcohol problem. I mean, it's a disease. It's something that they almost can't control. And so apparently that's his thing. I was telling one of my, one of my homegirl KT today, I'm like, yo, it doesn't make it right, but he obviously has a thing for young girls, but I think it stems from something he went through himself, maybe in his own childhood, maybe he was abused. I don't know, because that's a vicious cycle. So you never know. Like I've said to y'all before, everybody has a backstory. Everyone has a backstory, whether I support it. I mean, whether I agree with the actions that have resulted from that backstory or not, that's not what I'm discussing here. I'm just saying that there's a backstory to everything. People do not just do things to be doing it. Whether they are sick mentally, or whether they are like a psychopath, whether they are, whatever the situation is, there's a reason for it. We may not understand it. We may not agree with it. It may not be something we're battling with, but it's a demon of theirs. And so I think R. Kelly falls into that same category, except his issue deals with young girls. So apparently this young lady, Jocelyn, met up with R. Kelly. I mean, R. Kelly is now 51. I didn't know that. But he's 51 years old. One of his cousins used to be a radio personality in Memphis many years ago. I can't remember her name, and I don't know, she may still be, but I haven't heard her name in a long time. I can't think of her name, but she was his cousin, because she used to talk about him often. And when he would come through Memphis, she would support him, and he would come through or whatever. I remember that. That's been many years ago. But anyways, he's 51 now. I'm like, damn, R. Kelly 51. I mean, damn, time flies. That's crazy. Anyways, so apparently the parents are saying that R. Kelly has brainwashed their daughter. So I guess what happened was she was 19. That was 2.5 years ago. So she should be like about 23-ish, somewhere around there. 22, 23 now. And apparently they felt like her behavior had changed, and that something was off about their daughter. And so they did an intervention, an R. Kelly intervention, and approached her and, told her that they felt like something was wrong, and that he apparently, must have brainwashed her and all this. And so her parents took her back to school, and apparently R. Kelly, they're saying, R. Kelly sent a vehicle to her dorm to pick her up, and they haven't seen their daughter since. And they said that was December 2016. And that they had R. Kelly's phone number, the parents did, and they had tried multiple times to contact him, but he would never answer the phone. So then they contacted campus police, the parents did, at the college that she went to. And I'm not sure what school. I'm sure I could probably find that, but I didn't see any indication of what college she was in. But I know she was in school in Atlanta. And apparently, I guess, campus security ended up talking to Jocelyn, and she explained that she said, obviously, I'm okay. Like, I'm answering the phone, I'm responding to you, I sound normal. So clearly, my parents are just, worried for no reason, and, they're just over exaggerating because, I'm with R. Kelly. And she told them, I'm with R. Kelly. Like, I'm good. And she said nothing was going on. And apparently, I guess there was a police report that was done, the parents submitted, and, when questions were asked about R. Kelly possibly having a sex cult or holding women against their will, she totally denied everything. She was like, no, that's not true. Those are all allegations. I'm happy. Everything is fine. No one else is here with us. It's just me and him. Excuse me. And she claimed that, you know, that it was all false. Pretty much. It was all false. Not to believe it. And there were some reports of her being out at the mall with him, like shopping and stuff, and they're saying that she looked happy. Then there was another report where she was out in Cali, in LA, without R. Kelly, just shopping and doing what she wants to do. And but anyways, so they were saying that she was being held against her will in Atlanta, I guess at his house in Atlanta, and then apparently, supposedly, he moved her from Atlanta to his house in Chicago, and that's where she's been. So the parents, of course, are worried because, like I said, they haven't talked to her in 2.5 years. December 2016 is the last time. So they're worried, and they're trying to, you know, get her back because they truly believe that he's brainwashed her and he has her against her will. And they're saying it's not so much as like physically, it's more mentally. So it's almost like Stockholm syndrome. And so they had, you know, gotten out in public about their story. And this young lady, Lisa Van Allen, who apparently dated R. Kelly for like 9 years. Like she started dating and having sex with R. Kelly at the age of 17. She dated him for like 9 years. And she said at first, R. Kelly was normal. Like he was just a regular boyfriend. You know, he took care of her. You know, they were having sex. Everything was going well. And she said, and then he just changed into somebody else. And she said that like he would make her and these other ladies, because she said that he had her having, like, made her have sex with like all these other girls and him and video, and you know, like that's his thing. And she said that he made them all call him daddy, quote unquote daddy. So that's what I'm telling you, it's something going on with him. And I don't know if he was abused by a woman or a man as a child, but I guarantee you R. Kelly was abused, because for him to be saying he wants her to call him daddy, he's not, as far as I know, he's not part of the BDSM lifestyle, which is a whole nother discussion. I think I need to do a chronicle on that. But I don't recall that ever coming up. Maybe he is, I don't know. But for her to be calling him daddy, I mean, which, you know, that just sounds a little bit odd. And so that's what I'm telling you. Like, who does that? Like, that's not the norm. And so, you know, okay. So she was like, yeah, he's, you know, he always told us we had to call him daddy. That was it, nothing else. And so she said that she was questioned, like during the time when R. Kelly got arrested and charged with the allegations of, I think it was 14 counts. Yeah, 14 counts of pornography. She got pulled into all that. Lisa Van Allen did, and was questioned and all this, boom, boom, boom. But anyways, she's no longer with him. But she said she had never met Jocelyn. But she has since met Jocelyn's parents as a result of their story that they brought to the limelight, you know, to the surface about R. Kelly. And so I guess she's been like helping them, whatever. But it's just recently, like in the last day or two, I guess with the parents coming out, they had been reaching out to different public, you know, networks to say, you don't need to support him. And I guess they reached out to RCA, which is the record company that he associates with. They haven't responded. But these other, you know, large companies like Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, who else? Oh, and Tom Joyner. So Tom Joyner, I guess Tom Joyner was in contact with the parents, and he agreed not to play R. Kelly's music anymore. So he's not playing R. Kelly's music along with these other people. Like I said, these other organizations, companies, like I said, Spotify, Apple Music, and Pandora have all decided to let go of R. Kelly's music, not to play his music, not to support him, because of course he makes money off of that. So my question is, like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that R. Kelly should be banned? Should he be punished through, you know, like in terms of his work, in terms of his craft? Like, should he be punished against his actual gift? I mean, because, you know, do you still listen to R. Kelly? Even though back then, how many ever years ago that was, that he was charged for pornography, did you continue to listen to him? I mean, I have to admit, I did. Like, I didn't stop listening to R. Kelly. Now, do I support, and I know y'all already know this answer because I've talked about this before. Do I support, when I did that chronicle about Bill Cosby, I talked about this. Do I support child pornography or a child being abused in any kind of way, physical, mental, emotional, sexual? No. I've said that over and over. I don't believe in any of that. If you are having any type of relations with a child, a minor, someone that cannot consent legally or otherwise, you are a pedophile and you should be punished to the fullest. So let me say that. Let me give that disclaimer. Let me be very clear. I don't play that shit. Like, that's real life. However, do I like R. Kelly's music? Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, I've listened to his music since 12 Play. No, fuck that. Before 12 Play. When he was with his singing group. Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe I forgot their name because I pulled them up not that long ago. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. The group that R. Kelly was a part of before he went solo. That was back in like the, what, late 80s, early 90s? Yeah, I was fucking with him then. With the entire group and then him as a solo artist. So, yeah, you fuck sure. I was still listening. I was still fucking. Now, am I going out and buying his shit? No. Like, whatever I have in my library of music that's associated with R. Kelly, I got it. But am I going to go out and buy some more of his shit? No. If his song is in my rotation on my YouTube or my Pandora or my Spotify or whatever, will I listen to it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, I will. But I'm not going to go out and, like, support him financially. I'm not going to buy anything else. But, you know, that is a very good question. Like, should we continue to support him knowing he is, you know, possibly hurting young girls, young women, you know? And in this case, she was a grown woman. Jocelyn's grown, but still, she's brainwashed. And that can happen. I mean, if they are, you know, susceptible to that and you're dealing with a megastar, hell yeah. You know, you're going to be brainwashed. Hell, everyday Joe Schmoes brainwash their wives and girlfriends to believe all the shit that they tell. Girl, I'm not cheating on you. I'm not fucking off on you. What you heard was a lie. You know, it's them, not me. You know, I mean, so of course, you put this young lady in that situation. Of course, she's going to be brainwashed. Whether, I mean, obviously she doesn't know that. She's in denial. But is she being brainwashed? Probably so. It's R. Kelly. It's R. Kelly. Of course she is. So, you know, but the question is, do I believe that we need to cut him off all these different, you know, music avenues and, you know, like, I mean, just like with Bill Cosby. He has like honorary degrees with multiple, like a couple of different colleges. Like I think UNC, they took that shit down. Then there's another college, they removed him from that. So it's like, should he be punished like that? What do y'all think? What do y'all feel? Like I said, I don't support any of that shit. If you're mistreating a woman or you're mistreating a child, you're holding them against their will, you're hurting them in any kind of way, I don't care what it is, I'm against that shit. You know, and at the end of the day, I don't know R. Kelly. Okay, I've never met R. Kelly. I have no interest. Like I'm kind of indifferent. You know what I mean? In terms of like him. But do I like his music? Like I said, absolutely. I've loved his music for many, many, many years since I was a teenager. You know, 13, 14. I mean, like, yeah. But, you know, I don't support that shit. So that's what he's doing. Shame on him. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's a backstory. And until that backstory comes out, we're just going to think that, you know, R. Kelly's just some pedophile and he's just going around doing shit. Nah, there's something to it. That doesn't make excuses. That doesn't make it okay. I'm not supporting it. Now. We're not doing none of that. I'm just throwing things out there because y'all know when I get a feeling about something or, you know, something really, really strongly hits me, I got to speak on it. You know, I'm going to speak truth on it and I'm going to be honest about it. Just like that Kanye shit. I told y'all his ass was mentally ill in that Chronicle I did on the part 1. And then it came out he was mentally ill and that he was being, you know, medicated for that, you know. And I was right. So I'm telling you, when I get a feeling, mark my words when I tell you something, because most likely it's legit. Okay? Believe what I'm telling you. It's legit. For sure. No lie. So abso-fucking-lutely. It is most definitely, it's most definitely the truth. So I want you to film me on that. Sorry, y'all. One of my neighbors was walking his dog. I was waving at him. Anyway, so, you know, trust and believe that R. Kelly's going to get his. Whether it's today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever the case may be, he's going to get his. But at the end of the day, that's fucked up. Absolutely. Like, nobody wants their daughter to be held captive for any reason, whether it's mental, emotional, it's physical, it's sexual, like whatever it is. Nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants their child to go through that, whether it's a boy or a girl, whatever whatever those sickos are into. That's not cool. And just because she's a grown woman doesn't make it any better, because she's still somebody's child. These are her parents. They're still looking out for her. They're still supporting her. They still love her. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, R. Kelly there's something wrong with him as well. And until, you know, somebody digs deeper into that backstory, it's just going to be like R. Kelly is a pedophilia and this is that and the other. At the end of the day, he's fucked up. Okay? And I'm not going to sit there and pretend that he's not. He is. He's fucked up. And I don't feel sorry for him, but he need to get help. Just like I said about Kanye ass. He need to get help. I feel the same way. I don't condone it, but I'm going to say that mental illness is no joke and that there's something wrong with R. Kelly for one reason or another. Period, point blank. I was sorry to hear that he was back in the news for this shit. I thought it had already passed on. Do I think he was guilty back then? Absolutely fucking yes. Do I think he's guilty now? Probably. But do I have proof? No, I'm not there. I'm not fucking him. So I don't know. I'm just going off of the information. But I think that there's truth to a lot of things that come out. And there just may need to be some further investigation. That's all. But at the end of the day, it's fucked up. R. Kelly, you sick. Something wrong with you, for sure. And you want these young ladies to call you daddy when you're not their daddy. They got daddies. You know what I'm saying? You got kids. They call you daddy. But your woman? Like, although I'm all about kinky and... Look. Y'all know I told y'all I'm wide motherfucking open on that shit. I'm not saying nothing out the way. I'm just saying that if these young ladies, that's not what they're into, you can't force them. Like this young lady, Lisa Van Allen, she made it very clear that, you know, like that wasn't her thing, going around calling her dudes daddy. And then she was like 17, so she probably was like, kind of freaky shit he into. You know what I'm saying? As a grown woman, she probably understands it now, but at the time she was like, but that's what she was told to call him. That's what she called him. And then I'm like, who the fuck is this nephew of his that took Jocelyn, the phone number, piece of paper with R. Kelly's phone number? Like, what is he getting out of it? Like, is he part of it? Like, is he participating? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all questions that I started to ask. You know, I kind of dove into it. But anyways, I just wanted to do a chronicle on R. Kelly real quick. You know, I had hoped that he would stay out of the news, but obviously not. And if this young lady is going through that, I feel sorry for her. And I hope that she gets help and that she finds her way back to her parents. But all I can say is it's fucked up and it's unfortunate. So let me know what you think. You think that the radio stations and that the shows and that the different outlets that have music, like I said, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, do you think they should stop playing R. Kelly's music? Do you think the radio stations should stop, like Tom Joyner? Do you think they should stop, playing the music? What do you think? Let me know. Write a comment, like, subscribe, whatever it is. Let me know. Shout out, pass the word. I look forward to hearing from you. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And, have fun. Hopefully you're in a place that has good weather. Enjoy your good weather and enjoy the weekend. Talk to y'all next time. Peace.